have a seat on the red mat, this is a two handhold rapid. And that means that everybody needs to come in off the side tubes and be physically your bottom on the red mat. There are some rapids where I'll say, hey, we're coming up on whatever, grab one handhold wherever you are. And that means if you're sitting up on this black bag, you just need to pay attention and grab a handhold. We'll go through a smaller rapid. If you are facing forward, listening to the commands of the crew and holding on with two hands, chances are that you'll stay on this boat. Very good chances you'll stay on this boat. People fall off when they're sitting like this and taking photos and doing whatever, and we hit a little wave and they fall off backwards. Or they're, you know, getting something out of their ammo can or doing something else and just not paying complete attention. So when we're going into a rapid, it's important to sit down, look forward. If you know a big wave's coming at you, you're gonna be able to brace. Hang on, you're gonna scream and yell and have a great time. It'll be fantastic. With that said, we have to go over what happens in case you do fall in the water, because it's always a possibility that you could fall in the water, and that's why you have your life jacket on. If you do fall in the water, if you're the person who falls in the water, the first thing that you need to do when you realize you've fallen off the boat and you're in the water is relax. People swim rapids every day. People swim these rapids all the time. The rapids in the Grand Canyon are a drop pool system. So there's a big rapid, which is the drop part, big waves and a big drop, and then there's a nice flat pool at the bottom. So for a few miles, and then there's another big wave, drop, and a nice flat pool. If you were to fall out in a rapid, you probably swim to the end of the rapid, get to the nice calm pool at the bottom, and we'd come over and pick you up. That's the first thing to do, is just relax and know that you're going to be okay. With that said, you fall in the water, you realize you're in the water, you get into what's called whitewater swim position. Okay, so look something like this. You got your life jacket on. I like to maybe hang on to the straps of my life jacket, keep your head nice and high out of the water. You have your feet in front of you with your knees bent, so that if you were to come up on a rock quickly, or if you were to come up on the side of the boat quickly, you can brace off with your legs. If you need your arms at this point, you can kind of ferry back and forth with your head still above the water. So you relax, you assume your whitewater swim position, and then you look to us for instruction. And one of us will give you instruction. We'll either say, stay put, you're good, which means just float it out, we'll come get you at the bottom. Or we'll say, swim this way. Or we'll say, swim to the boat, come to me. We're never gonna tell you, don't swim this way, don't swim. We're always gonna tell you what we want you to do. And if we're giving you a command, like come to the boat, that's your cue in your head to be active in your own rescue. That's when you turn over on your stomach, swim, you do whatever you have to do. That's when you're active participant in your own rescue. And then we'll get you out of the water, it'll be all good. That said, if you happen to be, if you happen to be floating further away from the boat than we'd like, or if you're floating towards an obstacle that doesn't look so friendly, we may throw you a throw rope. This is a bag with about 60 feet of rope in it. What we'll do is hang on to the end and toss you the whole bag. When you get the bag, we're going to try to hit you right in the head with it. When you get the bag, make sure you grab onto the rope and not onto the bag. Because if you grab onto the bag and you're only 30 feet away, then you're going 30 feet downstream. If you grab onto the rope, we got you right there. The easiest way for us to pull you in is if Ben was on the boat and he had the end and I was in the water, I would grab the rope and then I would turn around and face away from him while he pulled me in. That way, if we're pulling you through the water, you have a nice pillow of air in front of your face. You're not face planting through the water. Hard to breathe like that, so that's the easiest way to do it. If you do fall in, you need to remember that it seems like you'll float up and over the waves, but you float up a little bit and then you kind of float directly through the crest of the wave. So you take a breath in the trough of the wave, in the lowest part, take a breath, float up, kind of splash through the next one, take a breath, splash through the next one.
We gotta go back home.
And like I said, that's an extreme circumstance, so
we're leaving.
We just go over it.
We're staying here.
Other parts of the boat that are good to know about. This is your area. During flat water, you guys are welcome to sit out here. I don't like anybody to sit here, just because if you were not paying attention even in flat water and where to fall in. We have a 30-horse outboard motor with a propeller in the back. And if anybody goes into the water, you guys can be kind of our eyes and ears. If anybody goes into the water at any time,
that's enough
and you're
instruction
still on the
for this
boat,
trip.
you can turn around and make sure the boat